comments, questions, concerns, correction? Hearing none. Approve. Move. Second. Favor, saying aye. Aye. Ayes. None, motion carries. Recognizing yes. So, let's see, who's it? Anybody in waiting? Visitors. Mr. Chairman, since we do have Christian Telford and Anthony Sons present, and this one of the table items for his journeyman license, and there's a discrepancy with his 5 years, and staff table was submitted. Telford, and I say that we go to that since he's out of town and some state, I'm sure you have. We might. In the meantime, Mr. Telford, can you hear us?
I can hear you. It's pretty choppy on your end. Can you hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Right on.
Tell me I need to speak up, slow down. If we would like to hear from Mr. Sumstead first, you were missing, I think, 2 years. You want to go ahead and start?
I joined the union 2 years ago, and that's when I got my apprenticeship license. I had worked for Hoffman Brothers for quite a few years before without a plumbing apprenticeship license.
Yes, start and stop time.
I had multiple. I worked for Christian from 2013, I believe, to 2017, and then left for 2 years at the Pacific Railroad and came back and then worked from 2019 to 2023.
What generally were your
The last couple of years was primarily as a drain cleaner, cameraman, estimator. I did water heaters and then toilet repairs, sump pump repairs, installations, faucets, water line repairs, waste arms, small stack repairs at that time. That would have been from 2019 to 23. And then previous years, I did everything or helped out on everything.
sharing the room, sharing the time. Um,
Yes.
What I was about to do, I was about to read the affidavit that Chris submitted, and finally. But I'll read it. It's on the screen. Uh, And the affidavit reads, to whom it may concern, Simmons County Board of Plumbing. Tony Zunstein, Roy Hoffman Brothers, starting March 2008, HVAC department. Around July 2013. Tony did not perform the exam, transitioned to the plumbing department around that time to be a profession. Tony left Hoffman Brothers, career, local, French, 2019 as a trained professional. We trained clean, light plumbing repair. Tony left Hoffman Brothers, pursued plumbing career elsewhere in February 2023 is when he joined the union. And Christian, during that time, he did not register him as an apprentice. He only worked as a pre-apprentice drain cleaner in the plumbing department. That correct, based on your affidavit? Are you still there? Still there. Not signing in.
Did a chat, so it's okay.
There we go. When you guys prompt me to unmute, then I can unmute. Otherwise, I won't be able to. Yeah, that is correct. So he was never enrolled into the actual apprenticeship program. Tony stayed as a pre-apprentice laborer during that time.
So this affidavit still stands to be accurate based on records.
That is correct.
And Tony, you were saying that you did more, but listed on.
A lot more than just drain clean. So that paper was first submitted, and then I went back because I got denied for the board. Then they wrote a new work affidavit where they put a lot of other stuff in there. Phew, yeah, that's this one. Broke. This paper was written, and then when I showed up at Hoffman Brothers to pick this, the paper that Barry just read, and they gave me the affidavit for work experience, which I got off the phone or whatever. I had them go in there and add stuff like the spot repairs, the vent stacks, lateral repairs, water mains, that was all from the previous years. So
So. Can I see that one? What a two. I have the affidavit of employment.
that's what you read.
This is, okay, so you said something else. So this is what you were talking about.
Yeah.
I do have that
And then I have,
affidavit.
there was another one that has.
But that affidavit reads, installation of service repair of drain waste and vent system. Something repair, water heater, water supply, but did you install water heater? Repair?
A lot.
Christian? This is affidavit, I believe, signed by you. Oh.
All right, you can hear me now? Yeah, guys, just for your awareness, and I think it's also in the chat, your guys' audio, we can hear about 30% of it. It's pretty choppy on your end. I can hear Tony pretty well, but once you all start talking, it gets pretty choppy. So you guys can hear me clear though?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. So yes, Mr. Ramsey, I had sent you that first affidavit based on our phone call, basically, giving you the rundown of Tony's career at Hoffman Brothers. Tony then called us and asked if we could put some details into his notification to send to the Plumbing Board of Examiners, which is that second copy he has. During his time at Hoffman Brothers, Tony was working most of the time with journeyman on the job sites during his career as a drain cleaner. Obviously, he wouldn't have been with journeyman, but during pipe replacements and tankless water heaters installs and things like that, he would have been working with our journeyman on site.
And that scope of work that he performed was what? Was it limited to something, or did he actually do the install?
He would have been assisting the journeyman. If he was doing underground pipe replacement, we would have had the journeyman on site putting piping in with him. He would have probably primarily been cutting pipe, digging the ditches, things like that. Am I going to say that Tony never glued a piece of pipe? I'm not going to say that at all. I think Tony probably did glue pieces of pipe together or cut fittings and, probably soldered with journeyman on site. But primarily Tony would have been with somebody during any practical applications.
So with that, you didn't think it was necessary to register him as an apprentice?
I'm not sure how much Tony wants me to get into his personal life in this meeting. Tony may be able to answer. Tony was prompted multiple times to get into the apprenticeship program, which would have required schooling. And during that time, Tony elected not to partake in that.
Correct. There was a choice not to become an apprentice?
I was never offered. I had a pipe fitter's license for the apprenticeship thing, went through that. And I wanted to transition out of HVAC into plumbing. And during that first period of time, there's only a few people at Hoffman Brothers. And it was told generally at a meeting that they were going to start getting people to their apprenticeship license. I think another employee named John Reese, he got picked first to get his apprenticeship license, but it was never offered to me, Anthony Zumsteg, to sign up for the apprenticeship through the plumbing department.
Well, the affidavit is, the letter stating what you did is accurate, minus the affidavit is filling the other blanks. Christian, you say you are aware that he was working with journeyman on install and pipe replacements, things of that nature.
Yes, that is correct. As I stated before, there were times that Tony was doing work with the journeyman, as far as the type of work, things like that, during that time frame. I do have to, if I'm going to be put on the spot, Tony was offered the apprenticeship. I would have to dig pretty deep to get some of the literature. Tony was, during the time frame, Tony did suffer from pretty heavy PTSD. We talked to him in length about the schooling, things like that. During some of this time, Tony was not prepared to go through some of that due to some of his personal life circumstances and the ability to attend the schooling and things like that that had to be pursued.
I'll argue that I was never offered that.
There was never a discussion about you joining the apprenticeship.
And I don't remember any time saying that I wouldn't attend the school because of the night classes or anything like that. I was pretty much a single father at that time, and I had my kids 50-50, but I would have made it work just as I did the last couple of years.
So let's say,
And all of those years at Hoffman Brothers, for my first 3 or 4 years, I was going to school every night. So it was never, I didn't want to go to school or classes, and I would have taken it if it was offered.
so let's say that your whole time with Hoffman Brothers was how long?
Roughly 15 years.
Including without the gaps?
I was there for 9 years to the date, and then I quit and then went back for, I guess, 14 years.
So this question is to both of you. How much time do you think you started assisting on install? And how long did that last? Did it last up until you departed in 2023? From what time did it start? Was that just a period of time you did this, or was sprinkled into that time of your employment? Drain cleaning and then doing assist here and there?
2013 to 2017, there's a lot more than I was drain cleaning or anything like that. And I did do a lot of water heaters by myself during that.
Christian?
I think I'm unmuted. During his first stint with Hoffman Brothers, between the years of when he transitioned from the HVAC department into the plumbing department, was primarily the time that he would have been spending doing some install practices along, with the drain replacements, water services, things of that nature. The second part of his, or third part of his career at Hoffman Brothers, from just before 23 when he left, that was when he was primarily as a drain professional, camera professional. So the work that he would have been doing in that time frame was pretty limited to the scope of drain cleaning and camera work. During his first part with the plumbing department, that's what I said. Again, he would have been doing more of the install practices with our journeyman, doing the pipe replacements, water heaters, and those kind of things. I can't answer to what Tony would have been doing prior to his transition to the plumbing department. I know he was, like I said, in the pipe fitter stuff, and which would have included his, the water heaters and things like that.
What's that one? 20?
The prior pipe fitting was from 2008 to 2013. And I primarily did like boilers and pipe fitting jobs, gas lines and stuff like that.
So 8 to 13 is when you were doing HVAC stuff. And then you transitioned from 13 to 17
Into the plumbing.
into the more plumbing.
Yes, sir.
That line up for the both of you based on what you just said, Christian?
That is correct. Yeah, 2013 is when the plumbing department kind of kicked off in Hoffman Brothers, where I was still in the field along with a couple of our journeymans. And so Tony would have been assisting in all of that work with us.
And you're saying he just refused to apprentice offer that, and Tony saying he was never offered that.
I'm not, again, it's not a refusal. The conversation was had multiple times with several of us in the room, where Tony, the ability of taking tests and things like that, it just wasn't something strong for Tony at that time. Again, I don't want to get too much into the personal side of the multiple personal conversations we had with Tony and, the things that we worked through with him. But again, his ability to do the work, I'm pretty confident in. When it came to the actual apprenticeship program, things like that, it was something that we talked about in multiple applications, in reviews and things of that nature, including other journeymen in that room and including the plumbing manager at the time.
Tony, did you ever at any of that time inquire about being an apprentice?
I asked about it multiple times. In fact, I asked about it about a month before I quit. In 2023, like it probably been January, we had a meeting and I talked to Christian off to the side. I asked him
Years before?
the first time I was. Yeah, I probably asked him around 2016 or 2015. And then when nothing was ever, dominoes weren't falling my way, then started seeking out other employment and went to the railroad. That took 6 to 8 month process. So. I was.
Well, yeah, definitely. Yes, that's confirmed.
And that is.
Yes. Yes, how much time was missing? No, it should be in, he's got my sheets that he needed, X, Y, and Z years. Oh.
Do you have? Very
I think this other board is to give some credit toward that, right? But, and then, Mr. Telford, there is a question of you working him as an unlicensed person. But we can address that later. All right, well, Chris, I think as far as that, we just gotta determine. Line up, you guys are both in agreement, and we just have to determine how much time that is to be awarded toward his training. Even though he was working with licensed personnel, he did eventually become an apprentice, and he's become a journeyman. There's a period of time that he was not sanctioned. Yeah, all of the above. Yeah, so unless you got anything else to add, we'll assess from there and see if it gets him in the right way. You'll probably hear from the board in the near future.
Anthony, how much training have you completed?
Through the union school.
Class, whether it be ranking or.
I did that HVAC, and then I went to Rankin for plumbing and a welding certificate. Then I did 2 years in the union apprenticeship.
Your 2 years. Question.
How much time is needed? I guess when he went into 562, they brought you in at a third year, fourth year, and you completed that. They did submit a letter saying that the classroom requirement. I'm
Oh, my, I have it right here, very few.
So it says, let us verify the training, our apprentice on to subject, the requirements, that's the training, the job. This was based on information you provided them prior to the verification and filled out. Right, okay.
I think that he's qualified.
Let's see you.
Any other comments here, Bob?
I mean, got the affidavit from the time 2013 to 2017. Add in the years, right, 2 years as
I think
562, I mean,
Mr. Zumstead, you're approved. Mr. Telfer, are you there?
Sorry, Barry, can you repeat that question?
Well, we're done. He seems to have enough time to test for journeyman, and if you have anything else to add, love to hear it. Other than that, this part of this business is.
Yeah, that sounds great. I put in the chat for you guys. If needed, I'll gather what I can from HR documents if there was anything written, and if needed, I can grab affidavits from the other individuals in the conversations in regards to apprenticeship licensing.
No, I think we're fine. I think. Well,
Yeah, I understand there may be something we need to further discuss about the doing work, with the professionals, but that's a different story.
yep, that's a different. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that would probably help the issue out moving forward. No, no,
Take the board
just
for that.
just. Any questions? So you're good. Okay, something else?
Just the job. Can I go to the job?
Oh, yeah. All right, Mr. Hackman. Yes, sir. You're a license.
Eight, 1015. Yes, sir. It is currently expired. That's
Expired in.
7/11/24.
That's what you have.
Yes. Seven, 7/11/24.
What's your license number again?
AP 1015.
Yep. what he against expired at 7/11?
Yes, sir. I didn't know whether the appropriate action was to just get a new apprentice card under my new master plumber or to ask. My apprentice. So, I could do either one. You could tell me.
Well, an extension, they asked for before it expired.
Yes. So if that, if it's done. I just can't. So like apprenticeship or how?
How far are you along with your apprenticeship as far as time, training, all those requirements?
Please don't hold me to it. I believe I have the education I need. I'm doing it in PhDC. I need 301 and 401. As that's, yes, now that can be done in a weekend. I just need to buy those classes.
Well, so a little bit difficult. So, yeah, it's a heavy haul on our end system. That's. Yeah. I would think that maximum apprenticeship is 7 years. Expired license. So I said tacked on from the time it expired, was 2 years. And then that would work for us, but if he had to reapply, and then it would be all jacked up. System. You'd be give or take. So the extension, so at the time, why, when your license was expiring, why didn't you follow up with that? We brought this to your attention besides it being in your wallet.
So my master plumber, who's been my master 3 years, give or take, Bryce Tibergen was in flux. I think there's been 3 companies since then, and each time I would try to have it to get an extension. There would be like a new company, so they went from T3 to Pro Plumbing to Express Plumbing, and then each time you have to come to you guys and go to the city and have this master license put to the new company, and I fell kind of through the cracks.
But yeah, that is the way to do it. Yes.
Running for 2 years from the time it expired.
It's, well, they get 25, it's all the time you get.
Yep, thank you.
7/11, 2026.
No, ma'am, I don't believe so. I could, yeah. Yes, ma'am. And then my cell phone and email has remained the same for years.
Mr. Chairman, what was it? To extend the license?
Yes.
To AP 10151, license to 7/11/26. Maximum 7-year time for apprentice.
Now, you'll need to submit that
letter through the system, right? Don't have
You go to this portal and update
that. That's what
everything.
they did.
Have you set up your portal yet?
No, sir. I think that's kind of.
Not since now. It's been around for a couple of years.
Okay, so, no, I haven't.
Update all your information in the contract, and you change contract, change masters, whatever the case. That time was complete those numbers.
Yes,
And the others. You don't have the annual reports, you need to get those signed by those previous masters, support the documents, like your W-2s. Master at the time.
yes, sir.
You have to update those records. Right.
Extended. Thank you, Board.
We do have Will Overcrown on. We got,
Start now.
yeah. Maybe he had something, or did he leave?
Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure Brandon Arant would be eligible to retest for his journeyman. He passed a couple parts of the test, I think, a month ago, but he needs to retake, I think, the cast iron and the actual written part. But he passed the isometric and the
Who is this?
Brandon Arant. He's one of Prentice Plumbers. He just took his journeyman test for the first time in St. Louis County, like I think just under a month ago. We just got the results back on his test. I think he put in to retake the paper test, but we just got his results for the practical and the isometric, and he passed everything except the cast iron part.
Yeah, so once he'll be notified through his portal. Is that what you mean? Once he was notified through his portal, it would have sent them a link also to reapply for the exam. So he hasn't done that yet. Did not make our agenda.
Understood.
Once he does that, yeah.
I think he may have only just got his results like yesterday or something like that. Is the problem?
Yeah, so yeah, it definitely will not be on the agenda for today. So once he does reapply, then yes, you'll get new credentials, you'll be able to test.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Unless,
That's everything?
well, we got Kevin, Tommy, and Paul Gallagher. You guys just.
Chat. Oh, okay.
Nothing being said, and
Continuing on to,
Journeyman.
anything.
So we have Michael Johnson from Minnesota as his master license in St. Paul. But that's why I looked it up. You have to be journeyman for 1 year.
Okay.
And this is all he supplied with photo ID and copies of.
So proof, continue.
Because all this is master class, so ask for 10 years.
Yeah.
Sit on here. Oh, Jeremiah Cook.
Online.
Like,
There's problems.
I did.
yeah, what do I do? Log right there. Go to.
Yeah. The workflow, board review.
Like that?
Yep.
Oh, here we go, okay.
Card. Travel license.
Which table we do,
Request, revision request.
oh, is that requested? Okay.
CNR. I mean, trim and stuff.
I don't know.
What do they call it? It's a plumbing trim and stuff. Isn't that finished work?
It's got 5 years.
Plumbing trims, I think we need.
I guess it needs to get work.
It's,
Friends.
oh, there it is. It's got a trim.
Oh.
All right. At that, let's say, should.
You only have 4 years.
And how do I submit? Is it all the way top? Right. Oh, submit, okay. That's it. Thanks.
Oh, okay, I got it. But you should still.
to
He's starting.
Nine, seven, three.
That's how you're,
yeah, with that.
Yep.
Oh, okay, okay. Ah.
And was that it? We got 7 documents here.
Registration.
Well, I think we need to figure it out.
Search.
And
Sir, next guy. Still at his file. So I need to go to next.
So you're doing it by next month?
Record. Okay.
so signed for the one he submitted.
Right. Jeez. That's 2 meters. Because all online does not have a file, so you got it's got 5 documents.
We don't need those.
Various prints. Who's your card?
And affidavit.
Ocean.
See,
should be 19.
expedition 19.
Well,
I mean, that's.
they listed them under stuff.
That's right.
PHCC.
Fire. Exams.
500 class members should get themselves 11 licenses. He's got some classes, so he's got 3 of the.
He had expired.
Yeah, he should have.
Yeah, there's
Skip the step.
okay, that's two.
Steve.
Yes, complete.
Okay.
And
Transcripts. See, master auditor. Well, he's gotta have, 2.5 years experience.
he's been 18, not really less.
Well, we don't get that many in this fund.
Experience proves. He's master of the state's ratio.
Got experience in printers.
WHO here. I see, so he's got his HCC downloaded twice. Back to his records. Yeah, I went through every one, he doesn't have it. So. Let's see if he's got his insurance. Take this. Area PHCC, they have, is it 101, 201, 301? Is there a 401 spell? So, 3 of them. Yeah, 3 of them, would that qualify 500?
It's just shy of the hours.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
I'll pull it up.
We had a breakdown. Completed it was just over 5. So the 301 was just shy.
101, 201, 301. So need. Okay, so we know we. This,
Yeah, he's run a bunch of that.
right? Record. License. Oh, yeah. Search that there.
Name, icon, or
Okay. So that looks up well.
that one was. So that's.
I assume he would go probably like.
No, it's Jeff Goes, Jeff Goes. That's. What's it? Website. That's only for you.
License issue.
24 to.
With the head.
Because he would give you got experience with printers license. So you're really only needing 2 years of experience.
Academy Air. Academy Air. Sebastian Wolf. I see it fine, and he just got his license last year. So. Semester level. So, it was.
When was his experience appraisal license? 2019.
Like 2.5 inch. Like, I'm like filling out a order sheet.
Sixteen.
Look at your experience.
Nine. 20.
This is it, right?
It's at the time, the question is, what? And, he's going for tournament. For tournament. Got it.
Weird.
That's the student. Works at a tournament.
We can take them.
Yeah, that's my question. Yeah, right. He wasn't licensed.
Yeah.
He needs something.
We're gonna ask where, what are you gonna have?
16. 18. That's. Unless, because it's not.
Well, he's got plenty of it, he's got plenty of hours. The problem is. To do with.
You don't renew.
Yeah, that's what I mean, you don't renew it, right? And that's,
So that was issued in 2016. He did not.
and he would have had two, would have had 18 plea,
Two and a half.
that would only get him to 19.
Yeah.
And then we got an affidavit showing he's been working. Right?
Two companies. Two of the same people.
I have a problem. Pretty qualified.
So he got a Jefferson County. That's the city project and the county.
Never.
Could have laid off 2 journeymen.
So,
Okay, so he may not have been working within the jurisdiction. But
then he did.
But then,
The time that he did work. At least for a year. So we got city. City, they have to provide this. All of these W-2s. Work.
Guys, yeah.
And things. Yeah, for Dave. That's
Probably used to dispose of kind of stuff.
But take them for review. Live with all of that. We all those see if it's. It's coming, him working out, Right City. Look like they only got, we got PAP.
He's a big. Okay, Excel icon. You got starting
Yeah,
with
they left.
icon of Excel with the low key.
Oh, here, St. Louis County, see?
That's what he got.
Oh, no. See, he was working.
Let me look at that PAP. It was on that sheet.
Right here. 97, 67.
With the-
Yeah, it expired
The
2017.
list. The master.
So he was for the year.
How many people do that?
So he was more.
As you can see,
Right.
Because he.
There's always a,
He came in, what do you think about, I don't think that's out of area.
Right.
And see, he was given the experience apprentice license. You know, get it. Wanted to get his journeyman. He could apply in the year. Right, for instance. If he was to stay in the area, nice, that's incredible. Journeyman.
Yes, very good, yet he has actually worked.
They work.
Fire.
middle guys like those.
According to their list.
That's. Sure, nothing that him, boy, he's been out. All right, brothers. Travis. At the time. Two.
it's just.
Where did it come from? Yeah, experience. You want to see if he's got a master letter? See. That one got.
Shoot.
Five. Letter qualifies. One of these is, he needs his master letter, which
In the middle.
does not have this. That's the hard part. Master. Master
The names of the others.
letter. That's what we keep calling.
Trying.
Did the letter get found? Did the letter, did it get found?
I have it
You'd have it,
on my
okay.
computer, if I can send it to somebody, print it out and from it.
But the next spring, we can work.
I'm going to put it on, yeah.
Email it to me.
Send email to me.
Or maybe I'm.
Print it up.
It's what you prefer. You can email it to me and then I can
Okay, print it.
go print it. Want a hard copy?
Right. Yeah, that'd be good.
I think that would make.
Every place.
Okay.
Experience, runs, right there, he's got.
I know.
Master Level. Master Level.
And you got a shame on ass right now. Well, with somebody will get rid of.
You said B?
They sent me a letter stating that these apprentices were applying, for experience. They sent me a note doing it. I said,
They didn't send the letter, how they figured that was good enough.
telling me what to do, yeah.
Yeah. They just asked.
I did or I didn't?
Looks like that's all I need. Up there.
It's got it.
I did not. It'll kick me out. What? Is it time out or something? No. There. Now it says your account is pending activation. So glad you. I'm just want to be mad at next one. Well,
Master Level list of.
Current.
This is.
Current.
There you go. Yeah, license. Yep.
Yes, sir.
but it's just disappeared. Yeah, I was up there looking at, files.
Right.
So, you know,
So probably
abstract. But something probably separate to X with the X. Okay. All right.
look it up.
search.
Schumannsville.
All right, what's next? Mr. Greenlee.
Mission in 2018. He went to Kansas. He's the guy that worked out of it. Yes, when he got back into the tables because of experience. And only working underneath the master as an apprentice, he went out to Kansas City. This here. Service success. Nexa, Kansas. I called up the Nexa, Kansas.
Says last.
Hours Success, Service Success Incorporated. It's like a cable shop, very shop that they do.
It's gonna be,
So they don't have any professional license in the company. That's the owner does it. So we were asking experience. It's for
is that just the,
company outside that needs that professional license.
that's just, this is just an
That's an
application.
application. So the latest document they sent you is summarized letter. This letter says term point is like umbrella
Current license,
certification,
937.
Michael Schumann, leader report, DBA. As it is alleged technician. Because they have. These the journey been doing that. Maybe some
This one right here is
and
James Lewis, right?
that time, none of this time, 2020 and 2023. That's not, should not. I don't think so. I called, the students up there, and I spoke to some around the country. Area. And then that Lenexa, Kansas is kind of.
Was it a flexible allow ability?
They had no code, they don't follow any code. In that area. I mean, may have a state code, but it's, right. They're not trained under the UPC. Say we table them in. As for. Your, here,
Passport.
license. Or. Table.
Oh, so when they.
Yeah.
So we had that. Still got some.
Yeah. Not a whole lot.
Credits.
I haven't got that far. Just. Sweet. Yeah, license. We can go ahead and qualify. Yes. When
Three documents.
Yeah.
The master. He didn't submit anything.
That being said, we need online wise that for document wise. To, yeah.
I don't think he's done that.
You don't think there's anything in there?
Yes.
Someone. Now he's. Is that still qualified?
I move for the training.
But when you go look at his license, it doesn't show that that's.
That's
shows
what you're
training.
given.
Yes.
Oh, you have an issue what?
In the question, charged with the wrong amount. Live.
Just.
Sam.
Gotcha. So he's passed it, not the issue.
So would it,
We'll get.
We just prove it no matter what.
First day you gave out.
Sticklers on it. I don't even put any comments, right?
So I'm supposed to bring this forward?
Oh, right.
I think it's a single sheet that.
Yeah.
We okay?
And he's licensed. Need letters that need my signature.
When I guess we're,
Yeah, praise God.
is there one in, I don't think there was anything in there. There is.
Did you guys get the table?
Yeah, I did all the table.
That was easy.
We got next some apprentices, we got a few over here.
Yeah, we're got extra one. Yes.
You didn't pull it up. I didn't.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go back. Search. Really some weird code.
It's missing.
This is.
What's his name?
Colton Simmons.
Okay, 27. More documents. Master letters. So what we are starting to do now with the apprentice letters, master letters, we have to run the journeyman license to make sure they're not expired. We ran across that with
That they
not in the contract.
Yeah.
So even though we have this, numbers, it's a tentative approval until we verify the license.
So.
We're not
the
doing,
code-
we're not doing
We're
that.
not doing that.
No, that's us, that's.
Yeah, doing that.
Yeah, that's. I've said no.
Was it more work for yours?
I don't know, it's helping bring everybody up.
One way to check on it.
It needs, it is section 2. Yeah.
Section 2.
apprentice, like the apprentice.
Yeah, let's take. Got listings.
They're paying. And EDC.
There it is. Scary up there. Brother, so that's it. Wow, that is.
Did you guys do a quoting here?
Not yet.
Oh, he's right here, never mind, he's right now. It's right here, so they're both together.
Well, they're both apprentices, but he's only a master.
So
So he-
this is eight.
That's not expired.
Back here.
No. 2030.
So,
You look more older.
you look much older on the three games.
But you got it.
Mary.
Two.
Well, it's again,
That's section 2.
well, that's what, yeah. It goes to there.
That's.
Yes.
April 4th, set it. So we got 2 letters.
This one, he says, I don't have any other license to treat without a apprentice working for me. The other letter says,
Wait,
yeah, and then the other letter says he's got 2 apprentices.
What's the date on that?
The same thing.
Same thing?
same
Yeah,
day,
April
yeah,
4th.
same day. When he says, I don't have.
It's 2 apprentices, he's got 2.
Yes.
Thinking.
We'll have to send him a letter.
Actually, one actually,
Oh, Mary in the same.
Well, what is,
we do these, we. What time are we doing? He can get one apprentice.
right? Well, we'll have to look later.
Do we look up now?
Yep.
I can leave these 2. Then I'll import documents.
Yes.
Everything. Submitted. We went through everything.
He's got 2 master bedroom this.
Search.
Say he's got.
Doesn't interest.
He only apprentice training within my life.
Gateway sewer.
Where goes the prince? Nobody else, I guess.
Steer.
Two.
Opposed? None. Resolution 2.
Background's supposed to be a clear, but I guess that's.
Right.
It's license. That's
Yeah, the, is,
Win-win.
No life in England.
July 23.
that no one else.
I'm working on like.
Because you had that same letter that said,
She got
There's two here, we're kind of, got,
oh, you got one working on.
got another wrinkle.
So,
This letter is the same, so he's got the same two letters.
that one.
Cover out. Between four. Mr. Root. Chris Burns. Documents. Cover letter.
We get
And they concern.
it's anytime something.
Actually, has this. Driver.
Oh,
Steve
Mark.
Lomsey,
ELODZI.
P7745.
Two.
He just wants to press it.
Yes.
Well, how do we tell him which one he wants?
Which one do you,
Guess we table them
oh,
both.
we table?
And we said it don't matter.
Six.
Somebody has to draw that right now.
So, yes, one experience on it. Not sure. Wait, brief, one, but apparently have. Two minutes. Good. One.
Five.
Is what you're.
It's got staff is working. It's not in the map.
You master letter ratio.
Is that better? Okay.
But it's got a,
He's got experience in parentheses.
those FBA,
Written seven.
but I mean, but lot.
So, well, seven, I'm not, so he's got seven, for instance.
Yeah. But he's only got.
You give this.
There's another problem.
He's got one, two, five. So he's, does that, provided all the licensure.
Yeah.
He doesn't, not allow, he
Uh,
apprentices. Set. Does experience apprentice. But he does, we don't get apprentice.
Yeah, but that's. Like.
What's the theory case for?
We're outside. But we'll.
He's got the pronounced.
Yeah, very, yeah, let's do it, everything. Oh,
Your- How do you?
Well, if you have more apprentices, but they aren't, if they aren't.
It's
apprentices.
him and he, so
he's
the master
always
plumber,
have to
he
give-
was these two guys.
They would normally have to pay affiliated with PHCC. Yes. Any that has a master in it. Steve Plaza, is that him, the master there?
What time?
And he's signing on.
His letter,
He's got matching letters for each apprentice. He's the only master plumber, he has no other plumber. I do not have any other licensed journeyman or apprentice at this time. It's dated July 23rd, 2023, that he's got these two working. But he's in Hillsborough.
But the company isn't Plaza Inc., what it is.
Yeah, it's, he's signed,
That's Big Boss.
got his P7755, got his license number. We maybe need to table these and contact him and see.
I wouldn't worry about 23 because, you know, we might have just hired the kids to see if
They
he
might
could, see if he was going
Truck drivers.
to make a plumber out of him and he said
My-
decided to.
my question.
So the letter listing the two apprentices from 23.
No,
No, it just says they've been under his. Colton Simmons has been in my employment since July 2023. I'm registering him to be an apprentice plumber, taking all responsibility for his training as an apprentice. They are both enrolled, both letters read the same, and they are both enrolled in the APC.
Yeah, he's got a pick one.
That's what I said. I said,
Where did the, he's a master in St. Louis County. He has a apprentice in surrounding county. He's supposed to register in St. Louis County.
Yeah, but he needs to register.
Can't register a second.
Get registered and he's not, well, he's not, his business might be out there, but he does work in St. Louis County. A lot, I mean, not a lot, a bunch. It's the same, I mean, it's just, if business address was in Wright City, and he did, got a master there to bring on an apprentice. Rachel.
but we can't make this decision for him. We need to table both of these and list it as, please review master letter and meet the 1-to-1 ratio.
And he says he's had him for 2 years.
But he says that they've been in the employ since 23 and now he's decided to make apprentices, I guess.
So if they had any, so the last time we had that, was the individuals licensed in St. Charles and worked primarily in St. Charles, and they failed to register them as apprentice in St. Louis County, even though they completed the apprenticeship program.
He's required to register.
Because they
He doesn't have to there.
and
But that makes sense.
sounds like a board decision. Being honest,
He's trying to
for
do
the
the
running.
He's trying to do the right thing by registering it, but for our policy ratio, you can't register them.
So register them versus working
Yes.
in St. Louis County. I guess that's the,
Right.
I just not somebody that. Don't you?
So if they're not by code, he's supposed to. So if they're not working in the area, but then they have a license there, then I mean, I guess it's still. They're not, but if it's not working in the area,
Make money.
make one of them apprentice, maybe in 2 years, 2.5 years, bring on the other one, make the other one experienced apprentice.
No.
So he should have done it when he first brought him on. Should have registered one of them. If he had it for 2 years. Maybe.
Yeah, he would have been able to bring by now, close to bringing,
If they have any type of license, yeah, table that. We have to have a conversation.
we'll table both of them and put,
Yeah.
okay.
Issue. I mean, we could probably put one through and then have discussion about it.
Yeah, but we don't know which one they want to have.
Before that, the same day.
So, yeah, so it don't matter. Take one.
We don't want to do that because he may want one of them.
That's what I said.
I don't think that's our decision.
Yeah, that's.
Right, he's from it, yeah, that's it.
If we table them, we can contact,
So we'll call him today.
they tell them what situation.
Carmen.
Oh,
It's like they, both the applications.
Yeah. So
Table them until further
we're
review.
gonna approve one. Put a tentative approval.
No, we-
On the paper. Just put on the paper where the minutes we
Do anything here.
updated to show which one. Yeah, we'll update the minutes to show which one got approved.
Which one is?
Which one he selected.
Put on the paper so we can make. Minutes reflect. Content today. That right, legal my okay.
oh, okay.
Then it. On the action. We got the soil, we got.
Forever, yeah.
We did it. Oh, we look at this picture.
Down here.
I think 1-to-1 ratio.
E. There's 8 documents. Saying, I'm turning. Section 2.
Real world.
Six. Wait, 4.
Very snack, like,
So, then, section 2 is one of them also. That's You have a printed ID with a round balloon behind it?
No.
See,
She's a good book.
crop that?
She's good.
I don't know her.
I don't know her.
Staff. Yeah. We did wait for what was this?
Yeah.
Hey.
Did you guys have Elmir for the master plan? Help me out.
Wait for one too.
If you got it,
Ali Lava,
somebody got it.
he was approved to read that.
Wakefield was tabled.
There. I mean, look, it's empty, ready to score.
Anybody think so?
Right. Okay, who's got the masters? Yeah, I lost it, write it down. Master plumber. Anna Lovick. Approved the retest. Johnson.
Table, needs proof of 10 years experience.
Purple, rejected, no new information. Journeyman plumber, Cook, approved. Campbell Jr., approved. Meyer, approved. Pincer, I gotta talk to Jeff Close. Schumann, table. His information is the same, repeat information. Zumstead, approved. Experience apprentice,
Hickman, it's tabled, master letter. Both it's tabled. Each master letter and 2.5 years experience. $500. Just got his license in 2024.
oh,
So he might be.
We don't, unless he can prove it, but now, well, yeah, makes sense.
Schumann was table. Oh, he submitted new information that it was experience. Massey, table, no new information. Apprentice plumber, Allen, approved. Eli, approved. Rodiger,
Temporarily tabled.
temporarily.
They're on the side.
Merriman, approved. Scoggin, approved. Simmons,
Temporarily tabled.
Soul, approved. Griffin, approved. Wakefield, table, no new information. Woodard, approved. Lewis, approved. Donald, table, no new information. That's the sprinkler bidder, table, the DNR. Journeyman pipe fitter, table, no new information. After long irrigation installed. Shrimp, table, ID and experience. Darian, approved. Williams, table, experience. He's applying for his master, he only has 3 years, and he's 6 years experience, and that's something. Muni, table, no new information. Zeman, table, no new information. Wentz, table, no new information. That's. The motion to approve the actions of the board and review the applications announced and reported by the secretary.
The move.
Second. In favor?
Aye.
New business. Sam's, since our last. It's true. Yeah, we actually got an update yesterday, so we update. Yeah, what, well, like 5 of them previously. Right. So I didn't do a count on how many we got.
31 passed, 11 failed. 42.
Plus.
He said those, it's 17 pages.
Okay. The business item number 2 was did we get a copy of the letter?
We do, we should talk about it.
So that'll be the last business. The other new business that was in Mine was present. He was approved to extend his license that expired on 7/11/2024 to 7/11/2026. And any old business, there was none. So this time.
Language.
The Florida Board of Examiners may go into closed sessions at this meeting and such action is approved by a majority vote of the board members constituting quorum to discuss legal action, cause of action, litigation pursuant to section 610.021 RSMO and section 114.020.1 SLCRO, legal action, etc. Motion by show of hands. Right, this is really important.
Yeah, need a motion to get it.
Okay. It's Mr. B.
Yes.
Mr. Summers.
Yes.
We are back. We have a gentleman outside.
We have to vote without her.
Oh, then
You did, Don said bye.
straw vote, Mr. Pig.
Yes.
Summers. Yes. Hannah. He's not here. Sweet. There.
Next meetings are June sixth.
One quick. One more quick deal. Yeah, I had to amend I just received the email and received the DNR card for Master Sprinkler Fitter. Yeah, Anthony. He's got that one is.
Need to snag that out of here.
Yes.
You know,
So he would have been in,
was he in table?
table.
2 minutes. Ahead.
Yes.
Back to the. Say the next meeting is.
Sixth, which is Friday. Got July 10th, which is back Thursday.
We come to
Well,
August 12th.
What day is that? You know,
Mr. Springer.
So,
That's good.
Scheduling the rooms is gonna fall between Thursday and Friday based on availability. We got some new dates.
oh, we're from me. No, hold on, is it seven? It's the seven.
August 7th.
And it's
Anthony Dorr.
Right? That,
It's been changed. Else in. Second.
that is all. Right, I think we should adjourn.
No move.
Second.
Second.
Favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Granted,
okay, 10 or what?
no.
Okay, gentlemen. Y'all